Welcome to Colorado's Best Dining Show. This week, we're at Fruition Restaurant with cuisine chef Matthew Vaughter. He will be preparing Maple Leaf Farms duck breast. Fruition offers sophisticated comfort food that meets the ambience of home. The space and decor are intimate with charming endowment dressed in warm tones of butter, wine, and alderwoods. You'll be comforted in a symphony of mood, services, and cuisine in a way that elevates this dining experience to a level of its own.
Hi, this is Tom Bianca, host of Colorado's Best Dining Show. I'm standing next to Matt Vaughter of Fruition Restaurant. Welcome to the show.
Welcome, thanks.
And I've done a little bit of homework on Fruition. It's kind of a unique name, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
I've looked in the dictionary. It's like end result, completion.
This is the end result of all of Alex's hard work coming to fruition.
Yes, and of course, after you prepare the meal, you get to see the end result of a nice duck that we're going to cook today, right?
Absolutely.
So how long has Fruition been around?
About 6.5 years.
And how many people do you employ now?
Do we employ probably around 18 to 20.
Wow, that's a lot of people. There's a lot of activity going on in this place.
A lot of activity with the restaurant, the farm, what's going on.
Yes. How many people does it seat?
The restaurant seats 52 people.
Right. And with the restaurant location, it's right here on 13th 6th Avenue.
Yep, East 6th Avenue, right here just before Cherry Creek.
And it's a busy road, too. There's a lot going on.
Always.
I wanted to ask you, who's the owner of the restaurant?
Alex Seidel.
Yes, and he has, you mentioned the farm. He has a farm down
We have a 10-acre farm in Larkspur, Colorado. We raise sheep to make cheese. We also grow some vegetables and some produce for the restaurant here.
So you get everything really fresh then?
As much as we can.
Yes, that's a good thing. So the duck itself, how are you going to be preparing the dish?
Well, the dish that we're preparing that's on our menu right now is 3 different preparations of duck. We have the duck breast. We're going to render the skin slowly and cook out the fat, serve that medium rare. And then we have our duck confit, which is slow cooked for 4 to 5 hours. That's going to be in our potato hash. And then the third preparation is duck cracklings, is what we like to call them, and it's the actual skin of the duck that's been made crispy.
So why don't we go ahead and get started and let's finish this out.
Sounds great. When I buy duck, I look for the freshest product available. Always fresh, not frozen. Good place where it was raised, good farm, and that's about it.
Okay.
So I'm going to start, first thing we need to season the duck. So we're going to start with a little kosher salt. Season the skin side. Salt and black pepper. And the flesh side, season just with salt. That's pretty generous amount. Anytime you're seasoning red meat or anything other than fish, you need to season well. So we're going to start our cooking process here. A little bit of canola oil, vegetable oil, any high smoke point oil that you have around the house. We're starting a preheated pan, nice and hot, but just enough oil to facilitate the rendering process to start. Duck has a lot of fat, so the idea here is the higher heat is going to pull out the fat and leave us with crispy skin.
Can I explain that a little bit more?
So rendering, the heat is melting the fat, essentially, and it's going to pull the fat out, and that'll end up in the bottom of the pan. If you can pan out, you'll see that right now there's not a lot of fat in the pan, and in a couple minutes there'll be quite a bit. So in the meantime, we'll get our set ready. A little blanched asparagus. A little bit of butter. And some water. Get our salad ready. Frisee leaf that's been cleaned. Some pickled red onion. A little salt. And white white pepper. And later we'll dress that with a little vinaigrette. Come over and check our duck. Duck's beginning to render nicely. A little bit of golden brown, which is what we're going for.
And how long does it cook for, Matt?
Here at the restaurant, we'll cook the duck between 14 and 16 minutes before it hits the plate and goes out to our guests.
Okay. And that's on a medium-high?
Medium-high to start, and then a little bit lower to finish, the flesh side.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I have my pan heating up for our duck confit and potato hash. Start with medium-high heat, get the pan nice and hot. We want the potatoes to be nice and caramelized by the time we serve them, so I need to start with a hot pan, otherwise the potatoes would just stick.
And Matt, there's a lot of restaurants that caramelize. What's the process behind that? What the idea behind caramelization?
Caramelization, the browning of sugars.
Mm-hmm.
So pretty much everything contains sugar, and when you brown it, that's caramelizing.
Right.
So
how much sugar do you add to that then?
Zero.
Zero.
No added sugar.
Okay, great.
So here in the restaurant, we'd say this duck is about 10 minutes out. So we're going to start the rest of our set. Once again, start with a little canola oil in the pan. And our diced and blanched potato.
And the amount of potatoes that you just added, is that good for one serving then?
Mm-hmm. A little salt, seasoning, and some white pepper. As you can see now, we've rendered some of the fat from the duck breast.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to dump that out and continue to render.
It's like a little dash of this and a little dash of that, right?
Absolutely. So begin to heat our asparagus up. And it's already been blanched, it's already cooked, we're just trying to warm it through.
Right?
We'll get our confit and caramelized onions ready.
And you go with your menus with the change of seasons, right?
Absolutely. Whatever Mother Nature has to offer at the time.
Right? And it's nice to have that farm.
Yes.
Very much. That's a pretty
Makes
big
my
farm.
job easy.
Yes, that's a pretty big farm, 10 acres. Where's it located again?
The farm is in Larkspur, about 60 miles south of Denver.
Right?
It's 10 acres. We raise sheep and make 3 different artisanal sheep smoked cheeses.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually Colorado's first artisanal sheep dairy. And we also grow some vegetables for the restaurant.
So is Alex totally involved with that process too?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, he's got his
so
hands
all
full.
the cooks here at the restaurant and myself, we all make trips down there and work
Yeah.
on the farm.
Who would think he'd be a farmer?
It's an opportunity for everyone involved in the restaurant to see where food really comes from. It doesn't come from a box that comes to the back of the restaurant. It actually comes from
Right.
hard work and hands in the soil, and that's where food comes from.
Yes.
So as you can see, our duck is nice and golden brown now. So we're going to cook the other side. We like to serve our duck medium rare.
How long does the potatoes take to cook?
About 10 minutes.
10 minutes too?
Mhm.
Yeah. That's fairly fast. Somebody could come in to the restaurant and pretty much have their appetizer, and then before you know it, the main serving's coming up.
Yep.
What kind of appetizers do you like here, Matt?
I like everything on the menu.
Right?
Two of our appetizers have been on the menu since day one. Signature dishes. So those probably some of my favorites: the pasta carbonara and the oysters Rockefeller.
Right?
They've been on the menu since the day we opened. But right now, this time of year, a big fan of tomatoes. So our tomato salad is one of my favorites. Great time of summer. We also have a foraged mushroom salad that is really exciting because all the mushrooms are being foraged locally here in Colorado.
Yeah, and that's a healthy dish then. The mushrooms and the oysters are pretty good for your health, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So you offer some vegetarian and healthy dishes.
We do a
obviously.
two-course vegetarian option. It's $25, and the cooks get to have input on what those dishes will be. One comes off the hot appetizer station, and the other comes off the fish station. They change weekly.
And how much more time for the potatoes to cook?
About 4 to 5 more minutes.
And so why don't we go to the next step and let that stuff cook up, Matt?
Sounds good. We are real close to finishing here. Potatoes are nice and caramelized, so we're going to add the rest of our ingredients to our hash. Some caramelized onions and the duck confit. Add that to it. A little bit of butter. Turn down the heat just to about medium. Let all this cook in. At this point, time to reheat our duck breast. It's been resting. Drop that right in the pan. And we're going to finish this with just a little bit of parsley.
So you're mixing that up pretty good right now, so it's looking ready to go now.
So now we're going to build the plate.
Great.
Start with our hash. We're going to go on with our asparagus. We do a little Meyer lemon hollandaise. It's classic hollandaise, but we finished with a little bit of Meyer lemon zest that's been preserved. We put this right over the asparagus. Our salad from before, we're going to dress with a sherry vinaigrette. We're going to slice our duck. little sauce, veal reduction.
And you're mixing up that salad pretty well,
Just dress it like you would any other salad at home.
right? Put that right on top of the potatoes. I see that.
Mhm.
Nice touch to.
And we'll present the duck breast.
And there it is.
And finish with our duck skin cracklings.
Wow. That looks awesome, Matt. What's the total prep time from start to finish?
Well, that's a tough question because there's some pieces to the puzzle that take longer than others. The duck confit is an overnight cure and then cooked for 4 to 6 hours. Cooking the actual duck breast is no more than 16 minutes. So different pieces take different amounts of time, but all in all, to put the dish together, it was about 20 minutes.
That looks great. I'm looking forward to diving into that, Matt.
Excellent.
Well, Matt, there you have it. Fruition's the end result, right? Completion.
Absolutely.
I guess it's not complete until you eat it, right?
Well, complete on my end.
So how can they book a reservation here?
There's several different ways. You can call us. You can also book on opentable.com. Seems to be what most people do these days, online reservations.
Yes, we talked about that. You know, with technology nowadays, it's awesome. You don't have to talk to anybody anymore.
Yes.
Just go online, book a reservation for how many people you want.
And I bet it's even faster these days. You don't have to leave a message. It's just done.
So you host parties, banquets?
We do some private functions, but typically we do what we do every night, and we're open 7 days a week, and we just cook good food out of this little kitchen and
What are the hours
make people
of
happy.
operation?
We're open from 5 to 10, 6 nights a week, and then Sundays we close at 8 p.m.
Are you open all day on Sunday or not?
No, we open at 5 and we close at 8.
5 on Sunday, so it's mainly strictly dinner.
Only dinner.
Right.
Yes, sir.
Right, well, thank you for the show.
course.
Appreciate it.
Thanks very much.
Great duck.
Awesome.